Hello, how's everybody doing? Hi, Carol. All right. So I'll type in the equipment list over on the chat bar on the right. And all we should need today is a mat, maybe some shoes, and a couple dumbbells. All right, I'll try to make sure I give modifications on a lot of these if you need, especially for anybody who's got knee or hip or leg or back issues or even shoulder issues. So I'll always give alternatives or modifications here for those that need it. All right, so I've typically done like strength workouts on Mondays. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit today, and let's go for some cardio and core. It's been a little bit since I've put some of those in there. So we're trying to get your heart rates up and going today, trying to work on your abdomen and core a little as well, and low back. And one of the reasons for that is typically I did those on Wednesdays, but I've been doing just a variety on Wednesdays. So like those interactive workouts, a couple other things. And this Wednesday, I will be putting my house on the market, so I won't be able to post a video. I'll have to be out of my house. So today is the cardio and core. So to warm up, let's go to our standard arm swinging in and out. And I've got some modifications for myself, as my left shoulder's been bugging me a little bit with doing some home repairs. So being in funky positions, reaching up high a lot. I'm gonna go to just a little bit of a jog here. And I don't have any serious injury, but it's just kind of a precaution of making sure I don't overwork something that's already overworked. So jog it in place, get your arms pumping a little with it. Hip side. Okay. Let's do some butt kicks way up high or as high as your feet can go. If that's a little too strenuous, you can just kind of do a quick march in place. And then I'm gonna go higher on my knees now, so way up. And pump your arms a little harder. All right, let's bring it down to a stop. Let's do some big twists side to side. And let your hips twist with you on this one. 8, 9, 10. Let's go ahead down towards your toes. Get the back of your legs and low back stretched out a bit. Hold for a couple seconds. And slowly bring it back up. And let's press your hips forward. That opposite way. And let's do a couple more of those, holding 2 to 3 seconds at the bottom. And slowly work your way back up, so reach overhead. One more. Let's go to a big old step to the side. And let's see if we can get a little inner thigh pull. We're gonna alternate side to side. So just trying to get the inner thighs to get a stretch. Notice how wide my feet are. Try to really get them out there to the side. As we do that side lunge, we shouldn't have this knee going over the top of that foot. We should keep it in line there. I use my elbow or forearm to support me on my leg. Just nice and light. Get your inner thighs loosened up. Let's see if we can keep our feet wide, hands to the floor, out in front of you. And we're just gonna slowly start walking that back and in as far as you can comfortably go and hold. All right, let's do a big stride back behind us. If we can get all the way to the floor, let's go to this position and we're gonna hold a couple seconds and then we'll switch. If you can't go to your knee, we're just taking a big step back and doing that same motion, okay? Let's alternate foot for foot. 1, 2, if you can get all the way to the floor, come all the way down here with me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 9, and there's 10. Let's get some of those swimmers going, side to side. Backstroke first. Sometimes even just doing this warm-up gets things feeling better. So my shoulder, which had a little bit, is starting to go away. Let's see if it stays that way. And forwards. All right, so let's go ahead and get you started with the hard stuff. The first one is a combination of burpees and jumping jacks. So we call them burpee jacks. So 3 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3. Then we go down into a burpee. A standard burpee is down to the floor. You can either step or hop back. We can do a modified push-up if you need, or the regular hop or step forward, up at the top. So 3 jacks, 1 burpee. Let's try about 10 cycles of that. We ready? Set, and 2, 3, down to the floor, hop or step back, push up, hop, and to the top. Remember, you can modify those. 2, 3, back down to the floor, push up. I'm at 2 in. Let's keep working at your own pace. 3 jacks, back down to that burpee. 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm already 4 in. 2, 3. There's my 5. I'm gonna go for modified this time. So jumping jack is here, here, here. I'm gonna go down to the floor, step back, do a modified push-up, step forward, and hands up overhead. 1 more modified here. 1, 2, 3 burpees. Reach, step, go to the modified push-up, step forward, hands up. I'm going back to regulars. 3 more to go. 3. 1. Nice job. I'm coming up on number 9. And the last one here for 10. All right, breather. Next up, we've got an alternating arm thruster. So find your weights, and we'll do 1 arm at a time with this exercise. Take a breather, and while you're resting, I'll demonstrate. Feet shoulder width or a little wider. Weight can either rest on your shoulders or just right above. As we squat, we're going to power one side up. Squat, power the other side up. Let's give you about 3 more seconds. 2, 1, ready, and let's drop down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The modification here would just be to decrease your distance on the squat. Or go lighter on your weights. 10 in. Let's see if you can get 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice work. 9. There's our 10. All right. Take a little rest. Let's get your shoulders roll. Our next one's going to be a high plank, and we're trying to drive one knee towards your elbow. Let me take my camera down just a little. Okay, so from a high plank position, I'm going to be up on the top of the push-up. My core is engaged. I'm locked in place. I'm slowly pulling one knee towards my elbow, and then I'll alternate side to side. So on this one, if you can only get to here, that's fine. Side to side. You ready? Set. Let's pull up, touch, and then the other side, alternate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm halfway there. Let's go 10 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and you got it. Nice job. So as you recover, let me explain a little something on that exercise. Often people who are weaker on a plank like to go here with their hands, and you're never going to reach that elbow if your hands are in front of you. So let's try to line your hands up underneath your chest. It's a little bit tougher on your arms and shoulders, but it'll get you to where you can get your knee all the way up. And that's our proper way to do a high plank. All right, so let's go through that same cycle again. Burpee jacks, we got 3 of those going down into a burpee. If you need to modify, go ahead and do so. Are we ready? Set, and 3 jacks. 1, 2, 3, down to a burpee. And back up. That's 1 cycle. Let's go for 10. 3, 2, 3, 3. If you feel like you want a little bit more of a challenge, when at the bottom, let's go 3 push-ups. 1, 2, 3. Got 4 cycles through. 2, 3 push-ups. 1. Good. 2, 3. After this one, I'll show you the modified again. All right, so modified is jack to the side, side, side. We'll step back, go to the knees for your push-up, back to a straight plank and step forward, hands overhead. 3 modified jacks. 1, 2, 3, down to the floor, step back, modified push-up, step forward, hands up. I'm gonna go 3 more cycles back to the regulars. 3, 1. Nice work. 2. Last one here. And there's 3. Good. All right, we're gonna go back into the thruster, alternating arm for arm. So 10 per side, or 20 total repetitions. All right. Give you a few more seconds to catch your breath. Try to keep moving around on your breaks. Try not to sit down or just go to a dead stop. All right, 20 more thrusters. Notice my toes have a little bit of an angle out. Not much, just a little. And if I look at my knees as I do my squat, they should be lining up right over the top of my feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also notice my chest is up, chin is up, and I'm not letting my body lean forward into that squat. Where are we at? 12, I think. Let's keep pushing. 13, 14, all the way to 20, 15, 16, 17, 3 more. 3, 2, and we got them. All right, nice job. So when you're doing squats, if you have any way to watch yourself, make sure that we're not hinging here, because then my back's working. I want to make sure my chest is up, shoulders are back. My back is working to engage and stabilize, but now my quads are the main movers. All right, 1 more. High plank, alternating knee to elbow. Let's change it up a little this time, and let's go to the opposite elbow. So as I'm here, I'm gonna pull across and across that direction, okay? So I may need to get a little bit of shift in my hips. Ready? And let's pull up and across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's go 5 more. Steady and smooth. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit back over your feet and give me a child's pose stretch. Let's go up to a tabletop position and a few cat-cows, which is just arching your back down and then back up. All right. The next grouping will be back up on your feet, and we've got what I call ski jacks. So instead of a jumping jack this direction, think of it in the opposite plane, kind of forwards and backwards. So we're going to go opposite hand and foot with the big jump there. So kind of like you're skiing. Remember those old Nordic tracks where you're kind of doing this and your feet are doing the opposite thing? Kind of that motion, but we're doing it just with our own bodies. So let's go for about 30 of those, and we'll take a breather after that. I'll maybe start with your left foot forward, right hand up, so it's opposites, and we'll just switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Modification here is step, step. Good. We'll call that 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30. Nice job. We've got a variation on a mountain climber coming up next. First round, I'm gonna have you just switch feet. And this is one where I'm gonna get shoes on. It can be a little tough on the toes. All right. All right, so we're just switching foot positions. We're starting here, and we're just doing a quick switch to that position. If that's challenging, you can limit how far you go. Switch, switch. I'm trying to get it tucked up as high as I can. You ready? Set, and 30 of these. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 10 more. 4, 6, 8, and 30. All right, catch your breath again. Now we're going into a reverse lunge to a front kick. So we're trying to get all the way down and back, and then kick that foot out in front. And we'll just keep that cycle going. The modification is just a step and kick, step, kick. Okay? Ready? All the way down if you can. Kick. 2, 3. If you need something for balance, you can hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 15. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Shoulders back, chest up. 14 and 15. Keep track of which leg did the kick. I did my left leg. Next, I'm going to do my right. All right, remember to keep moving in between those sets. Yeah. Ready? Set. Down and back. Kick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more to go. 5. Notice I'm right over the top of that knee. 4. As I lunge. 3, 2. Got it. All right. So exercises like that should take a lot of oxygen. You should find yourself breathing heavy afterwards. Big muscle groups take more oxygen than smaller exercises. All right. Let's get a little recovery. I'm going to grab a drink. And we're going back to those ski jacks for a few more repetitions the second round through. All right. So just as a refresher, right foot's way up front, my left hand is up high, and I'll just switch with a powerful arm swing on each one. Ready, set, and 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Keep cruising. 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's see if we can make 20 more. 4, 6, 8. We're at 40, 10 left. 6, 8, and 50. All right, well done. So the second variation on our mountain climbers is going to involve no foot tap. So we're thinking of just running in place with our knees. Our hands support our upper body. We're keeping your core engaged. And just as a visual, we're starting here, so notice my toes not on the floor, and I'm switching back and forth. So these are a little tougher. If you can't quite do that, go back to that first round's variation. So let's try to make 30 seconds worth of work. And 5 seconds, we'll start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Just running in place from that high plank. Think about your hips staying about the same height. Getting a nice extension to each leg. We're 20 seconds in, 10 more. How quick can you keep up there at the end here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, nice job. And we'll do one more set of those lunges with a kick. Let's do a little variation. Instead of back and forward, let's go over to one side, and then we'll kick with that leg that we lunged onto. So for balance, this may be a little more challenging. If that's too hard, go back to that first round's variation of here, kick out front. Okay? So let's see if we can make it work here. Side lunge and kick. Pull out our old Mortal Kombat skills here. Street Fighter. 2, 3, 4. And I'm going a little bit slow just so I can keep my balance. Let's go 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And there's our 10. March your legs a little in between. Some of these can be tough if you don't have that mobility in your hips. So just do what you can, even if it's only a little lunge and a little kick, that's all right. Ready. Side lunge, as we bring it back, we balance and kick. 1. This is my more coordinated side. 2. So my balance should be a little better. 3. 4. If you need to tap your foot down here, that's okay. On either one. 5. 6. 7. 3 left. Notice my shoulders are up. Chest is back right here as I do that lunge. And 1 more. And we got it. Good. All right. So for the next grouping, I'm going to take us down a little bit lower to the floor. And we've got some renegade rows to start. So here's some variations on this. A typical renegade row is feet are about shoulder width or a little wider. I've got a dumbbell on each hand here. And I'm going to row and row. We can also do a modified version from your knees. We can still do that row. So here I'm doing it without any weight. That's totally fine. Just squeeze those big muscles through your back. I'm going to add the weights in and start from that higher position. Let's see if we can make 20 repetitions total. I want you to focus on your hips staying stable and your core all the way around engaged and locked in place so we don't end up doing this shift side to side. Let's see if I can do a little bit of an angle where you can see my whole body as I do this row. My weights are close together to start with my hands. Feet are shoulder width or a little wider. Pull. And notice how high I'm getting my elbow way up there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lock those hips in place. 8, 9, 10. We're halfway there. 10 more. 12, 13, 14, 15. 5 left. 5, 4, 3, 2. You got it. Nice job. And those shin lunges should be pretty tough on your shoulders, arms, chest, core. Even the front of those legs should feel some work. I'm going to bring it up to a dumbbell swing. You can either use one or both of those weights. Actually, let's use one. Let's use one so we can do one arm at a time. Feet wider than a squat, just a little bit. Weights in your heels. We're holding on to that weight however you'd like. And we're going to swing forward, thrusting your hips up. 2, 3. I want a powerful pop to the top. 4. And a glute squeeze at the top of each repetition. 6, 7, 8. We're going to switch at 15. 9, 10, 11. Try to feel the backside of your body more than the front. 14. Switch. 15. I'm going to go from the side view. Same thing here. Squeeze. Squeeze. Our weight should never really get higher than head height. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. I'm feeling my glutes, hamstrings, and low back. 4, 3, 2. All right, we're there. All right, last one in the cycle are going to be Turkish get-ups. So I'm going to do this with no weight, and I'm going to do a quick repetition on this one for a few per side. So it's 6 steps. We're all the way from the floor, getting up top. So for anybody who's got knee issues, limited flexibility, this one may not be that easy for you. So we can always just do the steps that you can perform. All right, so we're laying on your back. Right arm is up. Right knee is bent. Left leg straight. So we're doing 6 steps up, 6 steps down. I'll go slow on the first one so you can follow along. We're going to crunch to your elbow. We're going to push up to that hand on the left side. We're going to lift your butt off the ground. And we're going to tuck your left knee under your left hip. Always keep that right hand up. We're going to use your obliques over here to lift. We do a little pivot so we line up. And then we stand up top. Okay, so then we're going back down, reversing those steps to my left knee. My left hand goes to the floor, keeping that other hand up. I'm going to lift and tuck my leg through without dragging. So that's a tricky spot. So I want to lift and kick. So I'm going to go to my butt, elbow, and then back. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit this next one. And we'll go a little quicker with each one. So to the elbow, to the hand, lift, tuck your left knee under. Going to use your oblique to lift here, pivot, and stand. To my knee, left hand. I'm going to lift and kick without dragging. To my butt, elbow, hand. Let's go 2 more. Pick it up the pace just a little bit yet. Elbow, hand, lift, tuck my knee. Use my oblique, pivot, stand, and reverse. Left knee, left hand goes down, lift and kick. To my butt, elbow, and then back down. So let's go another one, last one. Elbow, hand, lift, tuck my knee, oblique, stand, and then all the way back down. Knee, hand, kick, to my butt, elbow, and all the way back to the floor. Nice job. So now we're going to switch sides. That was my right hand up. I'm going to switch over to my left hand up. Left hand's up, left knee's bent, right leg straight. Put my weights out of the way. All right, slow again to start. So my right elbow up to there, right hand, lift. I'm going to tuck my right knee under my right hip. Use my oblique over here to lift, pivot, stand, reverse. To my right knee, right hand, kick my right foot, to my butt, elbow, and then down. There's one. I'm going to pick it up just a little bit with each repetition like we did on that first side. Elbow, hand, lift, tuck my knee, use my oblique, pivot, stand, then back down. Knee, hand, kick, butt, elbow, to the floor, 2, elbow, hand, lift, tuck my knee, use my oblique, stand, I go back down to the knee, hand, kick, to my glute, elbow, and to the floor. This last one, let's try to do it without any cues. Ready? And go. 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nice job. Good, good. All right. So let's go back into those renegade rows. And let's shoot for another 20 repetitions. Really try to get a high squeeze. So if you saw me from the side, as I pull, notice my elbow is popping out behind my back. That means I'm getting a nice tight squeeze to those big muscles right in there at the top of each row, okay? Often I'll see people kind of pull in here and their shoulder will kind of tuck in this direction to make it feel like they're getting more range of motion. We don't want to do that. We want to get your shoulder back and pull this way. So my chest actually goes forward a little. And I'm using those big muscles on my back to do that bend. You know, keep your shoulder in a much safer position. Weights are close. Feet a little bit wider than those weights. Lock your core in place. Ready? And pull and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're halfway through here at 10. Let's see if we can get 10 more, keeping your hips nice and stable. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try to not let your hips wiggle side to side. 9. And got them. Nice work. All right, we're going to bring it back up to those swings. Again, one hand at a time, 15 aside. My weight's back on my heels. I'm going to hinge my hips behind me. That's my primary motion. Hinge, unhinge. That weight's out in front. Ready? And 1. Let's go for 15. 2, 3. These are a little quicker pace than a lot of other repetitions. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more, then we'll switch hands. 5, 4, 3, 2. Got it. 1. Keep it cruising. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That arm should just be holding on to the weight. 10, and not actually lifting, just keeping it from flying away. 13, 14, 15. All right. We're going back to those Turkish get-ups. All right. So let's go through a little quicker the second round now that you've got an idea. The first one, I'm still going to take it a little bit slow, just so you can get the hang of it, and then we'll cruise through. This time, if you feel comfortable, add a weight. All right, right knee bent. Right hand with the weight up. Ready. To my left elbow. To my left hand. I'm going to lift. Tuck my knee. Use my oblique here. Pivot. Stand. Down to my left knee. Left hand. Lift and kick without dragging. Lower to my hips. Elbow. Shoulder. That's 1. Let's pick up the pace a little. Elbow. Hand. Lift. Tuck your knee. Oblique. Pivot and stand. Knee. Hand. Kick. To the butt. Elbow. Back down. There's 2. And again, out that same pace. I'm going to kind of guide you here without the cues. Nice job. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should take you 6 up, 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's our 4 cycles. Good. All right. Want to pivot. A little breather. All right. Left hand's got the weight. Left knee bent. Ready. And let's go to my right elbow. Right hand. Lift. Tuck my right knee. Use your oblique. Pivot and stand. To the right knee. Right hand. Kick without dragging. Hips. Elbow. Shoulder. There's 1. Picking up the pace a little, elbow, hand, lift, tuck, oblique, pivot, stand, knee, hand, kick, glutes, elbow, shoulder, right back up, elbow, hand, lift, tuck, oblique, pivot, stand, good, knee, hand, kick, butt, elbow, shoulders, one more, no cues, just those steps, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, good. We're gonna be down on the floor for the next few. I'm gonna kick my shoes off because we'll be doing all core work. We've got reverse sit-ups. So this is one, that's just my own name for it. Instead of sitting my upper body upright, I'm going to stabilize here. Use my hands for a little support on the floor. My legs are extended. I'm going to lift those up in the air and then slowly back to the floor. So one thing I want you to try to do with one hand is place it underneath your low back. If you can feel a lot of gap underneath your back, especially as we get down here, that's a bad thing. So I want you to squeeze down and in, especially as we get to here, to minimize that gap. About a finger width gap is the most you should have. And if you feel any stress in your low back, you can always limit how low you go. So the further down I get, the more stress it takes here to keep my back in contact with the floor. Okay, ready? Now we're gonna lift way up, try to get your low back off the floor, and then lower and tap the ground if you can. 1, 2, 3, nice and slow, as much range of motion as you can get. 5, 6, 4 more to 10, 7, 8, 9, and there's your 10. If you're struggling with that one, next time, bend your knees a little bit more, and we can do this motion, tap the floor with your feet, and back up here with the knees bent. So that shortens our lever arm, makes it mechanically a little bit easier for you. Right after that one, we're going to a sit-up, standard sit-up, so our feet are going to remain anchored. If you need something to anchor your feet, you can go underneath the edge of your couch. I'd encourage you, if you don't need that, try to keep your feet out here. It does recruit a little bit of hip flexors at the top of your legs here, but if that's what you need to get up, that's okay. All right, hands either across your chest. If you're having trouble on this one, you can chop to get a little momentum to get you up there. Or if you're feeling like that's a little too easy, let's go hands behind your head. Make sure not to pull your neck. Ready? And 10 more of these. Slow on the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in, halfway there. 5 more to go. 5. Notice I'm controlling that lower phase. 4. I'm not letting my body just flop. 3, 2, and 1 more. All right, good, good. And we're gonna add one more core exercise in this little circuit. We're doing plank up and down. So we're starting from a plank position on your forearms. If this is challenging for you, you can go from your knees. Or another variation here is gonna be, so starting from a tabletop position, we're just lifting your knees off the floor. So we're still able to do a plank here. That just makes it a bit easier on your low back, especially if you have back discomfort on this exercise. So similar to the renegade rows, I'm trying to push up to one hand, up to the other, without letting my hips shift too much side to side. So let's start in a plank, right here, locked in. Let's go up to your right hand, left hand, go down to your right elbow, left elbow. That's one cycle. Again, you can modify from your knees if you need. And let's go right hand, right elbow, left elbow. There's 2. Right, 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 or left. Right, left, right, left. One more for 5. Right, left, right, left. I'm gonna have you take a little break back here over your feet. And we'll do the same count, left arm leading the way this time. So standard plank, ready? Left, right, right. There's 1, left, right, right. Lock those hips in place. We're at 3 here, 2 more. 4. And there's our 5. Nice job. And you should be feeling a good amount of fatigue right here from those, maybe a little bit in your shoulders and triceps. Let's go back to that reverse sit-up. So that's lifting your legs. Again, if you need a modification, bend your knees a little bit more, and you can also limit your depth, how far down you go. So if you're feeling like you're getting too much stress here, limit to about right here, and we'll just do that short range of motion and still work those abs. Let's go for 10 more. Ready, set, lift. Slowly lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and we got it. Nice job. Let's bring your feet in just a little. If you need to hook under the couch, you can for your standard sit-up. Ready? And pull. Slow and control on the lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. And there's our 10. Good. Hopefully you're feeling the burn by now. And we got one final set here on the plank up and downs. All right. So when we're holding this plank, imagine that I'm in that plank position here. I want to think about the front of my hips. I can feel the crest of the hips here. And the front of my rib cage. I'm going to feel those 2 spots. I want to think about squeezing those in together. And notice that's going to tilt my hips this direction, kind of underneath. That's going to keep my low back in a safe spot. If I let my body start to drift here, then we're putting a lot of stress on your low back, and we don't want that. So tilt your hips under this way, lock it in, and then we can do those up and downs. Let's go for 5 and 5. Ready. Core locked. And let's go left hand first this time. Left, right for 1. Left, right, left, 2, left, right, left, 3, left, right, left, 4. 1 more. Left, right, left, right. Let's take a little breather. Now see if we can keep that good form on this last round through. All right, from a plank, we're gonna go right hand first. Ready, and right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Good. Right, left, right. 3. 2 more. 4. And there's our 5. Good work. All right, nice job. So that's where I'll start wrapping things up for everybody. Stretches that I'll recommend are going to be a prone press up, which is laying on your belly, pushing up onto your forearms. Let's see if we can show you. All right. And that's going to be a nice little stretch for your abdomen. Should hit your low back a bit. If you need more stretch out of this, just do that. All right. You can always go up to your hands. He's my demo dog. I'm training to do all my exercises. And then the next one's going to be over your feet. All right, so just a reminder. Synchronizing is off. Oh no. Yeah, I've been struggling a little bit with internet access today, so hopefully that'll get better as time goes on. So I won't be here Wednesday. We're putting our house on the market, and I've got to be out of my house. So I'll try to send you all some messages and let you know what my plan is. If nothing else, next Monday, 4 o'clock. Okay? Thanks, everybody, for joining, and I will see you soon. Okay.